전 팔라딘이에요. 자랑스러운 엘리시온 성은 순례단의 일원이죠. 아직 연습생도지만 언젠가 마왕을 꺾고 평화를 가져오는 게 제 꿈이에요.
세상은 너로 인해 종말을 맞게 될 거야. 넌 네가 지키려 했던 모든 사람들을 바쳐 힘을 얻고 악마에게 영혼을 판 대가로 자신마저 죽이게 되겠지. 각오는 돼 있어?
희망을 위해 어떤 대가도 치르겠어요. 맞으시죠? 받아보시죠. 속박하라. 칠흑 같은 어둠과 마주하더라도 그 어둠이 내일의 희망을 약속한다면 난 그 어둠을 기꺼이 품고 나아가겠어요.
Hey everyone, this is Jake, and today we are going to go over and talk about Mordred, which is the next upcoming Awakening units that's coming to global server. It should be arriving after the maintenance today, and you can pull her as well as enjoy her sub-stream story as well. And I really enjoyed her story as well. Her story connects really deep with the couple characters that already exist in the game, as well as connects with the other main story as well. So I'm really excited to see where they're going to be taking that elements. But anyways, let's go and talk about Mordred and talk about what she can offer to you as a next Awakening unit. So let's go and talk about Mordred's kits. First of all, she is 5 cost units, so that is very good cost, and she's an Awakening Sniper counter units. And she's also able to attack both ground and air type units. The main thing with her kit is definitely her passive skill. She becomes immune to sleep, so she's immune to something like Gremory as well as Lily, and she prioritizes attacking striker units within the range, so it doesn't matter if they're kind of put together with the defender units at front of them. She will still target the striker units and slowly chip on their HP as well. Another main thing she gets with her passive skill is that she is able to do tons of anti-corrupted object damage. So not only that, she is pretty good in PvE situation where you're facing against a corrupted object enemy, she is also good in PvP against something like Dino. Her special skill is pretty standard, just DPS skill, but with additional effect where she can bind corrupted object enemy. Of course, this is really good against a Dino within PvP, but within PvE situations, enemies like the wall could be easily binded by her skills, so you can just melt the wall pretty easily by herself. So honestly, I found this skill very useful in PvE as well. And her ultimate skill is this really cool looking AoE damage, and she will also bind the targets with her skill as well. And she also has a true damage mechanics with her skills here and there, so that's why she's actually able to do a pretty good damage for 5 cost units for both PvE as well as PvP. Even though it does not work against the bosses, which kind of makes sense, but just keep that in mind. So to summarize her kit, she is overall very good 5 cost Awakening Sniper units. They can counter really well against the striker units as well as corrupted object units. When it comes to gear option for Mordred, of course, it's going to be another standard setup. It's going to be retry relic speed gear with the range damage latent power. This setup is honestly one of the best. We always talk about it throughout many ranged DPS units, and once again, it appears again, it is one of the best. You can definitely try something like a maze cooldown set as well as a maze attack speed set with the skill haste options, but overall to maximize her damage potential for both PvE and PvP, this is probably one of the best setup. And if you're trying to aiming for something higher throughout the more difficult PVE contents, then the once again defense penetration set will be best option for Mordred as well. So throughout PVE contents, I would definitely say Mordred is definitely one of the best sniper units to be used right now after her release. Beside Agnes, Mordred always comes into my party to take down many different PvP bosses, co-op bosses, as well as I tried out Dimension Trimming with her and Dimension Trimming Volcano and places like that. Mordred is very, very amazing. So I really, really like using Mordred throughout many different PvP contents, especially against the corrupted objects. That bind effect seems very, very useful. Inhabitor is another place, even though Inhabitor boss itself is just pure mechanic type, not a corrupted object type, so her passive doesn't work as well. But the fact that she can trigger Bibian Operator as well as able to bind the wall to skip the wall very easily and reliably is very, very comfortable, and I really enjoy using her. So my one-shot Inhabitor team, for example, right now is the one using Mordred, and it's very quick and very good. I have a full tactical level Lazaria, and I love Lazaria, but I haven't really been using Lazaria that much because I think Mordred is just definitely much better in many of the situations against corrupted object bosses that I face. Not to mention she's a 5 cost instead of 6 cost, so that one additional cost saving seems to be playing pretty big in my opinion. So overall, if you are needing a sniper DPS and you feel like Agnes isn't doing enough just by herself, Mordred is going to be another perfect character as your DPS slots for your sniper units. So let's talk about Mordred throughout PvP contents. From my experience of using her, I gotta say, her being a 5 cost was probably smartest idea because I think she definitely brings a bit less value compared to like Kyrian as well as Lazaria. She definitely lacks the survivability, but overall her damage potential, especially against the striker units, it is really amazing, and the fact that she can pinpoint out the striker units within her range and damage them safely is a very good thing. So honestly, I find Mordred very good throughout PvP right now. There are tons of great striker units used in PvP right now, not to mention tons of people are Shishop users and tons of rearm titans here and there. So honestly, Mordred value goes up really high. I do have to speak about her downside is that her lack of survivability, and she definitely does not have a hit resistance, so she gets pulled by a lake all the time, so that's another one downside you have to watch out for. Not to mention she is also very weak against something like Replacer Knight as well as a Soyo. Those are the 2 units that really blocks her and annoys her, and she definitely has a hard time trying to fight against something like Replacer Knight. So that's one downside, but you don't want to make invincible character that's at 5 cost and able to mow down everything. Yeah, just don't make 5 cost Kyrian and Lazaria, and they did not do that, so that's a good thing. The point I'm trying to say is she might be a little bit more niche than Lazaria and Kyrian, but she definitely have her usage, and she definitely does better job at mowing down strikers in my opinion. So to summarize it, she definitely sits right beside Kyrian and Lazaria, but her being a 5 cost, which is a really good thing, but also lacks a bit of survivability and problem against defender units. I think Lazaria and Kyrian are probably just built different to the point that it can actually mow down defender units pretty good. I think that's just insane, but yeah, it's just normal thing. I guess Agnes is also another character that can kind of apply the shred to defender units and slowly chip away their HP. So depending on the playstyle, I think those are the 3 sniper units or 3 awakening sniper units that you are going to be used the most. We'll see if the Amy and the Quinn will get reactor anytime in the future, and if they do, I think things will change around quite a bit. Hopefully, because I think those 2 units hasn't been used quite often, so we'll see what kind of reactor that will come out in the future. But I'm assuming if any awakening snipers are receiving reactor, it's either one of them, so we'll see. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. Last thing to talk about is if you should pull out Mordred or wait for next awakening units that's coming, which is the Swan Claire. In my opinion, Swan is just amazing throughout PvE contents, and they are planning to release more challenging PvE contents down the road. So I think it is wiser to save up for Swan Claire because her debuff is insane. We'll see how things will play around, but I definitely recommend Swan. That's the bottom line I'm saying. I mean, I love Mordred. I never regret the moment I pulled her out, but if I were to choose between one of those, I think Swan is definitely much better investment. You can always come back to Mordred when the banner returns or wait for anniversary selector tickets for next anniversary, which is another half year of waiting. So it depends on your Patience. But in my opinions, I think is a very good DPS unit, so I'm going to be pulling her out regardless. But Swan, I think, is the one you should be saving up for if you really have to choose between one of those. So yeah, but that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm up to make another video and we'll stream today as well. So yeah, I will see you later today then. Anyways, thanks for watching. This is Jake. I will see you guys next time. Take care.